All right. Hello again, everybody. Thank you guys for that. You guys just watched our stories of the week of week 6 in the NFL. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and for coming back to watch our picks for week 7. For all of our new viewers, welcome to Section.300. I'm your boy G alongside Alec Foster. Follow us on IG at Section.300 as well as on Twitter at Section.300 Pod. Definitely, we appreciate chatting up with you guys. We love talking with our fans and we love to chat with you. So we're back again to make our picks for the week. Definitely some good games to look forward to. And Alec, you want to go down the list and get us started?
Yeah, there's some good games. We'll see.
Let me know.
First game is Giants-Eagles, which is a Thursday night game tomorrow evening.
I think the Eagles finally get one. They're not finally get one. They've already won one or two. But just saying they get one real good one. They beat the 49ers and had a solid win there, and they almost beat the Ravens last week.
Right.
I think they go over the hump against the Giants team that's struggling themselves and have a good outing. So definitely the Eagles.
Yep. I think Daniel Jones has been struggling at QB there. Obviously, Saquon's out.
Right.
So the weapons there are a little bit depleted. And the Eagles, while they have had their struggles and Winston had his struggles, I think they have a little bit more to work with on that offense. And they're just a little bit better team overall. So I'm going to go with the Eagles as well. Panthers-Saints. Divisional matchup.
I like that matchup. To be honest, I'm gonna go with the Panthers. To be honest, I'm gonna go with the Panthers. I like Teddy Bridgewater and his connection with Mike Davis, who has stepped up in McCaffrey's absence. His connection with Robbie Anderson. DJ Moore is doing his thing as well. He's trying to still build up and get rolling. They have a good offense there, and I think the defense can contain. I know it sounds crazy. I think even Michael Thomas might even be back this week. So that
I think he
is still. But the lack of the deep ball from Drew Brees really scares me. And maybe I'm just buying into the narrative a little bit. But even watching myself, I'm like, there are times when I watch, and I'm like, and I watch, I'm like, Drew Brees ain't getting the ball like he used to. And while that team still is very good, I think there is room there for the Panthers to contain him and thus compete with them, as we saw the Chargers do last Monday night, as they almost they almost beat the Saints, right? I'm blanking, but teams are competing with the Saints. I think the Panthers are another team that does the same, and they actually get over the hump and beat this team even with Michael Thomas' return. So I'm going Panthers.
Interesting. I'm gonna go Saints. I like the Saints and Drew Brees at home, especially in the dome. He usually plays a lot better at home, as well as having Michael Thomas back and coming off a bye week. I think they're gonna be very much energized and ready to go.
That home cooking definitely plays a big part, but Teddy Bridgewater was there last year too, and he knows how to play in that building. So I don't think he's gonna be too worried about that home cooking.
True, that's fair. But I think I give the edge to the Saints there.
Gotcha.
While the Panthers have been playing well, I agree. Bills and the Jets.
Come on now, Bills. the Jets are a mess.
The only team that hasn't won a game this season.
Yeah, no, it's not good luck. Joe Flacco starting still, I believe, and I just sorry.
Right, I'm going with the Bills there. While I will say, Josh Allen has been getting a lot of hype this year, and he's solid, but I don't think he's top 5 quarterback like some people are talking about him.
He had a great first 4 weeks.
Right.
He had a great preseason. And then once things really got rolling, he kind of teetered off. So he's falling out of MVP discussion, but still decent and should have a good game this week against the Jets.
Yeah, he's solid. Obviously, we know about the throwing power, the big arm, but he's kind of inaccurate.
Yeah.
That plagues him a little bit, but obviously they should take care of the Jets. If you lose into the Jets, you have an issue.
Big problems, yeah.
Browns-Bengals. I'm sorry.
Browns-Bengals.
Bengals were a bit of a surprise last week against the Colts. They lost, but
and I'm actually gonna go with them. I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd and all those boys over there, and I think they get the job done against the Browns team, who, though they're 4-2, I mentioned last video as well. Baker Mayfield's like, we're 4-2, we feel like we're 0-6, and it definitely feels like that. Even watching them, they have a lot of dysfunction there, even as they get wins. So I think this is another case where dysfunction gets the best of them, and the Browns and the Bengals feast on that and get the job done. I'm not saying it's gonna be a blowout or anything, nothing like that, but I think they take advantage enough to get past them and get the victory. So Joe Burrow is gonna have a nice outing, spreading the ball out to all those guys he has on the outside, as well as the Kareem Hunt and the others he has in the backfield. So, or not Kareem Hunt, Joe Mixon. I'm sorry.
You're talking about,
yeah. Joe Burrow feeds it to Joe. That JoJo connection. They keep working things out and have a good game and get the job done. So I'm going Bengals.
Yeah, I think going back to our NFL preview episode that we did with Matt, I was pretty high on the Bengals offense. Not that they're going to be a great team overall, but I like their offensive pieces. Mm-hmm. And I think they thrive against a Browns defense that's not exceptional this week. Joe Burrow, really good rookie quarterback. I'm high on him going forward. Mm-hmm. Joe Mixon, great running back. Their offensive line isn't that great, but he still finds a way to get the job done. So I think I like the Bengals in this matchup too. It's just hard for me to trust the Browns in a lot of.
And the main thing with that is Baker Mayfield. We talk about how good how much we favor Joe Burrow. It's hard to like Baker Mayfield right now on the flip side. So because of the lack of trust in him, I'm gonna lean with Joe and say he gets the job done.
And I think Baker's dealing with a rib injury too as well. And he got beat down by the Steelers last week too.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be worried about that one.
Cowboys, Washington football team.
The Cowboys gotta get one. They gotta turn things around some kind of way. So I'm gonna say the Cowboys. I am not happy with the Washington football team right now and have their treatment of Dwayne Haskins, as I mentioned in the last video as well. I think the Cowboys, Andy Dalton, though he is not Dak Prescott and is far from it, I think he's still a good enough quarterback to get them against a Washington team still trying to figure things out. So I'm going with the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think should be a close game. The Washington football team defense is actually decent, but overall as a team, they're not too strong. And that division is just nasty in general.
Very much so.
So I think it's a close game, but I think I'm with you on the Cowboys getting that one done. Zeke's got to take care of the football. He can't keep fumbling. But I think he is a key to them winning this game. I'm going to go with the Cowboys as well. Packers and Texans.
Actually, I'm sorry. Before you even get there, and actually you brought up the Texans, so it's kind of the same thing. I think if the Cowboys lose to the Washington football team this week, if he's not already on the hot seat, McCarthy should be on the hot seat because the way he's handled this team, even though the defense is struggling, you could say that's them trying to figure things out and all the stuff we mentioned in the last video, all of that. I think the expectation that this team had versus the results that they have right now is completely different. And they need to turn things around sooner rather than later. Even with Dak out right now, I think you guys need to get a new voice in there if things don't work out right now and find ways to really ramp this thing up. So, if they lose to Washington, definitely I'd be curious. I can see McCarthy being just like Bill O'Brien and sitting at home next week. Now going to the Texans. Texans versus who again?
The Packers.
Sorry. I thought about it for a second, and I was like, oh, wait, Packers. I think Aaron Rodgers, even after getting beat down by the Bucs last week, it's not going to lightning strike twice against that Packers squad. I think they get rolling back on the right track against a Texans team that that on a different level than Washington, but same regard in trying to figure things out. So I'm going with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae over there.
Yeah, I think I'm with you too. Like I said last week with the Texans and Titans, I think they'll actually make it a pretty competitive game. I think the Texans have been playing well without Bill O'Brien at the head, and they've found a new connection between Watson and Brandon Cooks and some of his other targets. Will Fuller had a really good game last week.
And I will say I want to applaud them because everybody shit on them when they traded with DeAndre and was like, oh, they're getting Brandon Cooks and all these other guys back. What are they going to do with that? Those guys are still doing a solid job.
Right.
I just don't think after the somewhat of an embarrassment that the Packers had last week against the Bucs, going up 10-0 and then blowing 38 straight points to Tom Brady and them.
Rodgers should have pulled out the Key and Peele.
Be careful with that. I think now they're going to be. They want to put their foot on the gas and really get going. So I think this is a chance to do that. So that's what I'm leaning with them.
Yeah, the Packers should get back on the right track. I think I'd take them over the Texans as well. Lions, Falcons.
They both like the same to me, to be honest. Both of those teams are just hard to
You
trust.
said it should be
But
some big games this week. I was like,
I will say though that Detroit has been somewhat impressive. DeAndre Swift, the rookie, after that game, I think that was week 1 when he had that drop pass to potentially win the game. And the woes he had to somewhat to start has turned things around and has looked like he's worth the pick that they used on him. Excuse me. So yeah, I think with him in the backfield and Galladay and Marvin Jones and Hawkinson in that part of that receiving group, I think that the Lions get the job done, even against a Falcons team now turning things around with Dan Quinn finally up the building.
I'm going to go Falcons. Falcons in a shootout. I think it's a similar game to the game the Falcons played against Minnesota last week, where they won like 40-23 or so. But I think it's going to be a lot of offense, not so much defense. The Falcons are a good offensive team. Their issue has been closing games, and they're able to do that last week.
And like I said, that curse is out the building now. Dan Quinn's gone, the GM's gone, so we'll see if that was really what they needed to get things going.
And when Julio's healthy, they're really clicking. Matt Ryan can just throw it anywhere near Julio, and Julio can go get it.
Calvin's looking real good as well. I think they got that connection back going again. So yeah.
Really is nice. So yeah, I'm gonna go Falcons in that one actually. Steelers, Titans, your game of the week.
My game of the week, I think that the Steelers get exposed a little bit, and I think the Titans get the job done. Titans are looking really good right now, and yeah, I think they beat a Steelers squad who up to this point has not actually faced the top tier talent quite yet. So I think when they finally run up against some real talent, they get hit in the mouth a little bit by Derrick Henry and those boys. Also, it's been very impressive watching Ryan Tannehill and the way he's operated with that offense so far. So I think he's been somewhat underrated and underappreciated because he had a stigma kind of attached to him since those Miami days and things. But now he's really turning things around and doing really well in Tennessee. I think they get the job done against a Steelers squad that is good, but not as good as everyone is painting the picture to be right now.
Yeah, I got a lot of the respect for that Titans team for sure. Going back to last year, how they played, how they beat your Ravens in the playoff as well too.
Yeah, it happened.
Mike Vrabel is one of the better coaches I think we could say after how they played last year and how they're playing this year. Obviously, you got a X factor, a weapon with Derrick Henry back there in the backfield,
and those receivers are nice too.
200 yards and 2 touchdowns last week, and that's going to be tough for the Steelers to contain. I think their secondary is really good, so I don't think Tannehill really gets off on them this week. It's going to be more dependent on Derrick.
Their secondary is solid. But they have a real good front seven, and I think if the focus is on Derrick Henry and trying to contain him, it opens things up on the outside for AJ Brown and Corey Davis. I think returns and Jonnu Smith I don't know how to say his first name. Jonnu Smith, I believe is his name. Yeah, and others on the outside and in that passing game to work things out. So yeah, I think it's one or the other. Either they continue to pass and Derrick Henry goes crazy, or a team finally holds down Derrick Henry, but the passing game then opens up a little bit more. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But I think the Titans maneuver and figure it out either way.
For the sake of argument, I'm gonna go with the Steelers, but I could see the Titans getting it done because, like I said, I got a lot of respect for them, how they play. They're a good team. Seahawks, Cardinals.
That's a shootout. I'll be watching that game, but it's for sure going to the Seahawks in my opinion. Even with the great showing that the Cardinals had last week against the Cowboys, I think they go up against a Seahawks squad that is like a more polished version. It is what the Cardinals are striving to be. Kyler Murray is doing his best Russell Wilson impression right now, and even in his own way. I know he is a little bit better in scrambling and things when he gets outside. But yeah, I think that the Seahawks are just rolling this year. I think they continue to improve. They're already one of the top teams in the league and continue getting better and have another great showing against a rising Cardinals squad. So yeah, definitely Seahawks.
Yeah, the Cardinals might be riding off that high of beating down the Cowboys, but I think they might be in for a little bit of a rude awakening.
Yeah.
Our Seahawks offense is very potent, like we've talked about with DK and Tyler Lockett and Chris Carson and
Definitely.
Russ playing at an MVP level. I think he is MVP right now. I think you got to give it to the Seahawks. I think they're coming off a bye as well too, so I think they're going to be charged up and ready for this one as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you got to give the edge to the Seahawks in that one. Chiefs Broncos.
Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, but the Raiders handed the Chiefs an L as well too. So
the Broncos are not they're not the Raiders, and that's even weird to say because the Raiders aren't impressive either, but the Broncos aren't even that. So yeah, no, I'm going with the Chiefs.
We did the same. Come on now with the Raiders though. That's why I'm saying like the Chiefs should handle him, but. The Broncos have gotten a couple of wins too. Obviously, the Patriots aren't what the Patriots used to be, but they beat the Patriots last week.
They are respectable, but I'm not picking them. I just can't do it. I'm going with the Chiefs.
I'm just trying to give them something, man.
Excuse me.
Yes, I would take the Chiefs as well. Like we talked about, they added Le'Veon as well too. Just another weapon. The rich getting richer.
I think he's playing this week as well, right?
Yeah, and Travis Kelce, my Black King, always thriving out there. They got to go with the Chiefs. Jaguars, Chargers.
That's a good one. Two teams on the rise still. Even with the Jaguars and Gardner Minshew and those boys kind of spoiling their own tank plans. So they're one of those teams that were projected to tank for Trevor this season, but they've been playing decent or at least better than a lot of the bottom teams right now. So them looking decent so far. They have a good outing, but I think Justin Herbert continues just to show that he is the young superstar on the rise that people hoped he would be coming out of the draft. So yeah, I think the Chargers have a good outing after almost beating the Saints last week. Yeah, his connection with Mike Williams looks great. If Keenan Allen's back, even better. The running game, even with Eckler out, still they make things happen there, and that offense continues to do good things. So I think this is a great opportunity for them to really get rolling, and I think they do that against the Jaguar squad. So rolling with the Chargers.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much touched all the points that I would bring up. I think.
Oh, my bad.
Justin Herbert, I like how he's played as a rookie quarterback back there. Without Austin Eckler, I think it makes it tougher. Justin Jackson is a pretty good backup though, the backfield. So I think I'm going to go with the Chargers as well too. I'm not convinced that the Jaguars are a good team.
Yeah, I don't want to discredit them completely though. I'm just saying the Chargers get the job done. They have good pieces in Jacksonville, even with all the trades they made and getting rid of guys. They're running James Robinson, DJ Chark, and all those other guys. They still have Keelan Cole, I believe his name is, and others. LaVisca Chenault, their rookie receiver. They have good guys there on the offensive side, and the defense is doing okay as well. So yeah, they're respectable, but the Chargers beat them down, I believe.
All right, and then our last three: 49ers, Patriots. Yeah, that could be a good game.
That could be a good game.
Or a close game. I don't know about good, but
I'm actually going to lean towards the Niners. And as you hear me say that, it's not the most confident. I just think that the Patriots somehow hit a wall. I think when Cam actually went down and they kind of regressed. And then when Cam came back, they still were trying to find their footing. And then now as the 49ers are getting healthy again and turning things around, I think that it's going to be another somewhat rough week for them. And the Niners pick steam up yet again and rise back up, continue rising back up to the top. So I think the Niners and Jimmy G put up a good outing against this Patriots squad and get the job done.
Yeah, I think the key is the last person you mentioned there, and Jimmy G, because Jimmy G was back to playing well last week. After the week prior against Miami, he looked awful and he got benched at halftime. But he was still recovering from an injury as well. So I think he's looking back in better shape and back true to form. And that's key for the 49ers, as well as getting Deebo Samuel back and getting their chemistry back in order, as well as Kittle being back healthy.
Definitely.
Mostert is out, but they have a tandem of running backs back there that are good. So McKinnon should fill in for Mostert pretty well.
I believe prior to Mostert coming back, every game that Mostert was out, I think the first 3-4 weeks, McKinnon scored. And
Exactly.
and then when Mostert came back, he didn't. So let's see if that trend continues. And now he's back to his scoring ways. And even if not, they have other running backs. I'm blanking on the names, but McKinnon or whoever else is back there have been serviceable, definitely. So I think they still hold up and do a good job against this Patriots squad.
Yeah, so I'd give them the edge. I think the Patriots, I feel like they got to get like Edelman more involved too. He had like 2 catches last week. That's not going to get done. I know, like you said, Cam going down with COVID, that kind of throws off the chemistry there as well too. But hopefully for Matt's sake and Patriots fans' sake, they can get something going. But I think I'm with you. I give the 49ers an edge there. The last 2, Buccaneers and Raiders.
I hesitate just because of what the Raiders did to the Chiefs a few weeks ago, but I think that the Bucs started not only figure things out, but are really going to get going now. Showing that they're a legit top tier squad. Just continue showing that they are the best of the best right now and beat up on this Raiders squad. The Raiders definitely going to have a nice outing, but I think the Bucs separate at the end and get the job done. So I hate rooting for Tom Brady, but Tom and those boys get the job done.
I'm rooting for him. I'm gonna go with the Bucs as well, but primarily because their defense. I think their defense is what really won them the game against the Packers. You could say make it about Brady versus Rodgers, but really it was the Buccaneers defense that had the Packers on their heels all game. So I think the Buccaneers clamp up on them defensively. Derek Carr's been playing pretty well, especially for Derek Carr standards. He's been probably above his normal grade, but I think the Buccaneers kind of get that in check. They got guys like Ndamukong Suh and there's one I'm blanking on, but really good veterans in that defense that are starting to play. So I think the Buccaneers get that one done. And then Bears-Rams, that's the last game. That's Monday night.
Even as impressive as the Bears have been, I think this is a great test for the Rams as well. And they step up to the plate and accept the challenge and get the job done against this solid Bears squad this year. I think Jared Goff and the offense get things clicking. That those running backs have been surprisingly very impressive. Darrell Henderson and Cam Akers and Mike Brown, I believe his name is, and others. I think they figure things out. And Aaron Donald has another amazing performance, whether he actually has results or if he's just a big decoy for other guys to shine around him. So, I think the Rams get the job done.
I'm going to actually go with Big Dick Nick and the Bears. I think that's my our Arizona boy.
Yeah.
Nick Foles back there. And he finds a way to win games, man. Like, who did they beat last week? I guess that was the Panthers.
I believe so. Yeah.
He finds a way to win games, and I think their defense as well has been pretty solid, and will be good enough. And when you keep it a close game, I like Foles in a close game against Goff. So I'm gonna go with the Bears in that one.
I will say this too: defenses, at least defenses that have pieces like a Khalil Mack, which I know aren't many, but saying solid defenses can still to another level when they have trust in their offense. Defenses go good to great when they know, okay, we can play good and also have an offense that supports on opposite side. So with Nick Foles stepping up, Big Nick, as folks call him, as with him doing his thing, I think the offense not only does good as they've been doing, the defense continues to show that they're legit as well, and they have a solid outing. But I do think that the Rams still find a way to beat them. So we shall see. Definitely going to be a solid week. You kind of clown the games, but there are some toss-ups there that are going to be fun to watch.
They're not great games, like as far as the talent and the talent of the teams overall, but I think they'll be like competitive games. They'll be close games. So Not
many headliners, but definitely some games you want to watch. So those are our picks for the week. Definitely fun. Definitely share your picks as well. We'd love to talk with y'all about who you think is going to win the games this week. Steelers fans, I'm sure y'all have a lot to say. Y'all definitely can hit me. Hit me up at Just AG. Let me make sure I get that right over here. There we go. Just AG there. And hit up my boy Alec as well. So those are our picks for the week.
The Steelers Super Bowls. It's gonna be.
Oh, it's gonna be hell on here. I'll hold the L. As I said, if they find a way to do that, I'll definitely hold the L. But I don't think see it happening. So yeah, looking forward to all things in the NFL going forward. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. We got more on the way, talking about the MLB and the World Series that's going on right now. Hope our Dodgers can get the job done and things. So we'll be back to check out that also. And yeah, we appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys again very soon. Again, follow us on IG Section.300. Follow us on Twitter, Section.300 Pod. Subscribe to our YouTube here. Thank you guys for watching, and we out. See you guys. Peace.
Deuces.